So I'm from Milwaukee, married, have 3 kids. By education, I'm a mechanical engineer. So as you can imagine, introvert, numbers person, hate talking to people. Come to events like this, I sit in the back, I don't talk to nobody. I went to school at Madison, my boo over there. Funny how we're all here together. So funny how the world works, right? We're all in real estate all of a sudden. But I'm also a real estate investor, 16 years in that. I do rentals, I do Airbnb, I do apartments, syndications. So one point I had invested in 103 units at one point. I've been a realtor for 6 years. 3 of those years are part-time. And then I'm also the founding president of the ARIA Greater Milwaukee chapter. And if you are getting into real estate, definitely consider joining ARIA. ARIA is the Asian Real Estate Association of America. So it is the largest Asian trade organization in the US. We have 18,000 members nationwide, 45 chapters. So Milwaukee is the newest chapter. And there's a great reason why I wanted to start that up in Milwaukee, because when I started as an agent in a small market, I didn't know nobody that looked like me, right? You guys are so lucky up here. You guys have like over 1,000 Hmong agents. In Milwaukee, when I started, it was like 5. And maybe one of them was like full-time, right? So not a whole lot of support, not a whole lot of people who look like us in the industry, right? Very hard to find people who want to work with you. So also ARIA's mission, we are a group of real estate professionals. So agents, loan officers, title people, insurance, everything, right? Our mission is to increase home ownership in our Asian American communities in the US. And so that's something that we're pushing towards. And so it's a great mission. And if you want to give back to the community and you want to help your community, you want to level up, some of the best professionals in the business are in ARIA. Top professionals, like 7 figures earning, 8 figures earning. And then last year, 2023, I achieved the top producer award at EXP, called the Icon Award that Zer mentioned. And I closed 45 transactions last year. So, yeah, thank you. So, 2023, I mean, if you don't remember, it was a really tough real estate year, actually. Interest rates were 6 to 8%. They went as high as 8%. It was a sticker shock for a lot of buyers out there. And they stopped looking. People kept saying, hey, let me know when the 3% come back, when the 2% come back. It didn't come back, sorry. So I had to realize that I had to change my game plan. Everybody out there, they have a negative mindset, right? As a business owner, you kind of feed into the media and all this noise. All the other agents you talk to, the negative Nancy's, right? Oh yeah, market sucks. Yeah, I can't sell anything. You can't be like that. You have to adjust. You have to adjust your game plan. And that's what I did. And that's how I closed 45 transactions. And, so you're here to hear how I did it, right? So everybody just sees the success, but they don't see the work behind it, right? And so let me unpack it for you. There's quite a lot here, right? And so number one is you have to have a goal. You have to know what you want. Without knowing what you want, just like when I work with my clients, what kind of house do you want? I don't know, I'll just take anything. Like, shit, dude, like, I can't help you then, right? So same with investors. I hate dealing with newbie investors that they don't have an idea of what they want. They're just like, send me all the deals. Good luck, right? But you have to know what you want. My ultimate goal for me, my family, is financial freedom. I want to build FU money, right? So that I can do whatever I want. Financial independence, financial freedom, time freedom, right? That's real wealth for me, time freedom. And so I worked as an engineer for 10 years. One day I went to work, I sat in my cubicle. The place I just worked at for about a year, when they hired me on, they were like, hey, this place is amazing. Like, people love working here. Well, turns out it's very toxic. My boss was like a super dick, like I would leave at exactly 4 o'clock every day and he'd be like, the hell you going? I got a life, bro. I got kids out. I got things to do, man. This work can stay. I can come back tomorrow. And, so I was already a real estate investor at this point, and I was making good money as an engineer, but one day I was like, hey, you know what? I had enough of this. I don't need to sit here. I'm working on my goal to get financial freedom. How can I get there faster? And so I had the genius idea of, okay, well, I already got a couple investment properties. Let me get some more, and then I'll get there faster. How can I get there faster? How can I do that? Oh, yeah, let me get my real estate agent license, right? So I can go buy my own stuff. As soon as the deal hits the market, I'm gonna go open that door for myself. I don't have to wait on my agent. I can write my own lowball offers and don't have to embarrass my agent, right? And it sounded like a plan. So I went home that evening, told my wife, hey, told her the whole story. And she just kind of looked at me, she was silent the whole damn time. And then she said, yeah, go ahead and do it. I was like, really? And the next day I went to work, put in my 2 weeks. I told my boss, hey, I'm quitting. I'm gonna do real estate. And he looked at me, he's like, all right, whatever. You're just a number at these companies, right? So he probably thought I was crazy, he probably thought I was gonna fail, but you know. So I started getting my real estate agent license. It took me 2 weeks to do the course. Took the exam, passed with flying colors. Easy, right? It's so easy. Don't worry about it if you can't pass it. There's nothing you learn in there that you're gonna do, so. It's the truth. You guys are laughing, but it's the truth. So yeah, I got my license, and then right as I was about to find a brokerage to hang it at, right? Headhunter kept calling me, recruiter. Called me like 10 billion times. Finally, like, okay, what the hell does this guy want? He's like, yeah, there's a great small company. They wanna interview you. I think you'd be a great fit. And you know, I'm like, fine, screw it, I'm gonna go interview. Somehow I end up with the job. I landed the job. Pays almost 6 figures. I was like, you know, shit, okay, I finally made 6 figures. It was a pay increase from my last job. So I was like, well, you know what, let me do this job again, and then I'm gonna do my real estate stuff on the side, right? So while I learn how to write contracts, do all that stuff. So I did that for a while. Eventually, like Johnny, guess how many homes did I buy by myself in my investment property? 0. I didn't use my license for myself at all. What ended up happening was, you know, I had the work job, and then my friends and family came to me, and they're like, hey man, I see you got your license, I trust you, can you help me buy a house? And I was like, you trust me? Okay. You want to be my guinea pig? I never sold one before, but I'll help you. And so that's how it all started. And I started doing that, and then my first year I sold 1 home. Paid my dues, I was like happy as hell. I was like, yes, all my stuff was paid off. Second year, I did about $1 million in sales. The following year, I did 10 sales, about 2 million. And then 2 million sales volume. And I was like, hey, you know what? I'm doing pretty good here. Let me quit this job and let me do this full time. Sounded like a great idea. So I ended up doing that, quit. And then real quick, I realized, oh shit, I don't know how to be an agent. Because what I was doing was just helping my friends and family. I had already used everybody that I knew, which wasn't that many people, and I had no clue how to lead gen. I had no clue. So I was like, hey, how do I do this, right? And I struggled by myself. I was like, hey, I'm a smart person, I'm an engineer. Let me go read a bunch of stuff on Google, right, things like that. Struggled for 6 months. My reserves were going down. I started buying leads. I started calling people. You know, all the stupid stuff they tell you to do, right? You're wasting your money because majority of the leads that they send you are garbage, apparently, right? And so at the time, everybody was talking about Facebook branding, social media branding, and video content marketing. And as an introvert, as an engineer, you could cold call people. Dude, I did not want to cold call people. I hate when scammers call me. I don't want to be that person, right? So I put down to the list what I don't want to do and the other things that I might want to do. And as you can imagine, with a family and a mortgage, multiple mortgages, right? Your back's up against the wall. You got to go to work, man. You got to get after it, right? So I had never taken selfies in my life. I hate the sound of my voice on video. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna do this video thing. I'll make it happen. My engineer mindset was like, once you record a video and you put it on YouTube, it's gonna sit on YouTube forever. It's gonna keep prospecting leads for you forever. right? So you do put in that work. It's gonna take you some time to record that video, edit that video, but if it's good content, people will watch it. Same with social media, same with Facebook. Dude, I hated sharing stuff on Facebook. Like, I was so scared to share stuff. Just like Zer, I was so scared of other people's opinions. Like, dude, what if I'm too salesy? What if people unfriend me? Shit, what the hell would happen with that? And so, like Johnny, Johnny's mentioned who knows you, right? And Zer mentioned, if you're not telling people what you're doing, if you're an agent right now and I go look at your Facebook, there's no real estate agent posts. There's no mention that you're a real estate agent. How the hell do you expect to get business, right? And so if you're not talking, you're not sharing people, you're not telling people what you're doing, they're not going to use you. Don't get mad when your friend, your family, or whoever, right, your extended cousin, goes buys from somebody else. They don't know your value. They might know you're an agent. How good are you? They don't know, right? So yeah, that's what I did. I wanted to learn about social media and things like that. I started with a small brokerage. It was a boutique brokerage, local brokerage. Basically an investor hangout, right? Basically what that means is you get your license, you're an investor, you hang your license and you can pretend to be an agent, right? So they don't teach you anything. You get 100% of your commission, which is awesome, you think it's great, but at the same time, you don't even get a website. How the hell can you do business if you don't have a website? Right, they don't give you one. You have to go pay for that on your own. You don't have a CRM, customer relationship manager tool, right? You don't have anything. So 100% commission, but 0% support, right? So I was struggling, and I need to learn how to lead gen. I need to learn how to do social media. My broker couldn't even use a damn computer, So there was nothing I could learn from her. And so I left, or I was doing my research right first, and then like Zer, I consulted with YouTube. I was watching stuff on YouTube, and that's where I came across, like I said, in number 2 here, why reinvent the wheel, right? You gotta work smarter, not harder. Don't ask, how do I do this? Ask, who do I know can do, who's already doing this, right? Who is doing this at a high level? Who can I learn from, right? Like Zer said. R&D, rip off and duplicate, right? Copy what they're doing. And so I went to YouTube, I found my potential mentor here, and like how do you get to that next level, right? You want to copy somebody who's doing it at a high level, who already has done the things you want to do. And of course, a mentor, is going to help you, support you with those challenges, those things that they're going to hold your hand, right? And it's going to accelerate your progress, your timeline. Because if you're broke, how long can you be broke for, right? You better hurry up. Your mortgage is coming due. And of course, there's challenges to finding a mentor as well, right? So where do you find one? In my market, like I told you, nobody looked like me. Nobody's doing big things. It was hard. It was tough. I don't really know a lot of people. Time constraints, right? High performing people, their time is valuable, right? They're busy people. Good luck trying to get somebody to help you, to stop and help you. You can hire one, $100 an hour to $1,000 an hour. Sure, somebody's happy to give you your time then, right? Who can afford that, right? As a brand new agent. And then of course, competition. Some of you realtors in here may already realize that, yeah, there's other people, other high performers at your brokerage right now. But why would they train you, right? You're their competition. Just because you're at the same brokerage doesn't mean anything, right? And there's a lot of agents out there with gatekeeper mindset, scarcity mindset. Like Zer said, I'm giving away all my secrets. The thing is that, that's how they think. They think, there's only so much business and they're gonna keep it all to themselves, the secret sauce, all that, right? So, and then the last one, of course, is what's in it for them, right? Why are they gonna mentor you, a brand new newbie, especially? So, it's a lot of hand-holding, a lot of questions. So what's the solution, right? How do we create an incentive for successful agents to help mentor other agents? How do we create an aligned interest, a common goal, so that, a highly successful agent can mentor somebody? And for the low cost of free. Sounds too good to be true, right? But it did exist. I found it. It was a new brokerage model that I came across. It was eXp Realty. And if you're already an agent here, you might have some preconceptions about EXP. Some EXP agents might have already tried to recruit you. And, you know, I challenge you to listen with open mind, not like everything else. Some bad people do not represent everybody else in the company, right? So there's a reason EXP has 90,000 agents, whatever it is, the largest, fastest growing brokerage. There's a reason agents are always joining. If it wasn't that good, why the hell is everybody over there? And so with the EXP solution, right, at EXP you can sponsor other agents to join you, which means when they sign up, they put you as their sponsor. What do you get with that? Sponsoring agent gets rewarded a small portion of that agent's commission whenever they make a sale. So your spidey sense, if you're sitting there, you're like, huh, sounds like a triangle shape thing, right? Pyramid. And you don't want to be part of a pyramid. What the hell are you doing here learning about pyramid schemes? But I got news for you. Everything's a pyramid. You're already in a pyramid. You probably don't even know. So at a normal brokerage, a traditional brokerage, any company, you got your CEO, you got your broker owner at the top. You got all the people, managers, the agents, whoever, right? Every time you make a sale for your company, guess what? Your company's taking some profits, right? And it all goes up to the top. So you can argue all day that it's a pyramid, blah, 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 but where do you want to be in the pyramid? And at EXP, the model, it changed the game. When you're with a normal brokerage, a franchise brokerage, a boutique brokerage, your broker's gonna come up to you and your broker's gonna be like, hey, don't you love working for my company, my brokerage? How about you go and recruit some of your friends or get some new agents that join us? I'll pay you like, $200 or whatever, right? One-time referral fee. And you think, oh, that's awesome. Let me go get my friends over here. And guess what? You bring your friend over, you get your $200 one time. Your friend actually kills it. Sells 10 homes the first year, maybe 20, whatever like Zer. How much money does your broker get every time that your buddy that you brought makes a sale? Right? Your broker's gonna collect every single time. You, on the other hand, you got your $200. So EXP changed the game, they changed the model. They said, the hell with that, we're gonna reward our agents. Our agents are gonna go out and, help us to grow. And actually, EXP is not the first one to do this. It's KW. KW started it, so if you didn't know. But that commission split, the reward, it doesn't come from the agent's commission split. It comes from the company. So the company takes 20%, like Zer said earlier. EXP takes 20%, the agent gets 80%. The reward portion comes from the company's 20%. So you as an agent, you keep all of your 80%. Don't worry about it. So through this model, essentially what EXP has done is that now when you bring an agent over, you mentor them, you pour into them what you know as a successful agent. If you can help that brand new agent to be successful or that up and coming agent to be successful, their success is your success. You understand? If you recruit people just to have a body there and you don't help that agent at all, what good are you? Your agent's gonna leave you, right? So you have to help people. And when you help other people, you will also receive rewards in that. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. For the sponsoring agent, for the agent, for the company. Everybody is growing, right, together. And of course, the most important thing is, it means that agent just got a mentor for free, right? You're not paying them. And so I found my sponsor, my mentor, on YouTube, because I wanted to learn how to YouTube and social media brand. And so, like I mentioned, right, majority of my business, those 45 transactions, I did not pay $1 for any of those transactions. All of my business I do is organic. It's free. It's all through social media branding, all through video content marketing that I create, I publish for free. I don't buy leads. I don't get people to call me and say, hey, this person wants to buy a home. Make sure you call them back real quick. That's a waste of time. I don't have time for that. People that can only get pre-approved for like $80K, you can't find a house for that. So I found my sponsor on YouTube, and here's what his value add, right? I started finding myself watching all his videos. Man, this guy sounds pretty smart. He sounds like he knows what the hell he's doing. I need to learn from him. So he has a whole YouTube video training course. He has a whole social media brand training course. We have weekly community agent group calls, virtual masterminds we call it. And there was a form after one of his videos. He's like, hey, yeah, if you want to learn more, fill out the form and we can talk. So one day after I binge watched like 10 freaking videos in a row and my mortgage is coming due, I'm like, what do I gotta lose? Let me fill that out. Literally 1 minute after I fill that out, I hit submit. My phone rings. His name is on the damn caller ID. I'm like, shit, this guy's for real. And so that was like one of the biggest calls I ever took. And I answered it. We talked for 10, 15 minutes. He wanted to learn what I want to do in my business. And he offered an invitation to join his community, go on the virtual masterminds, check out his group, see how legit they are before I join. No pressure, right? It took me 6 months. I followed this group for 6 months because I am a skeptic as an engineer, you know. So I'm like, hey man, I gotta make sure this guy's for real, before I sign. So, and I end up joining, and you know, so I get one-on-one coaching with him whenever I want. Social media graphic content creation templates. He has a app software, over 400 social media type posts that are already pre-created, right? So content that is focused towards buyers, sellers, investors. There's like infographics, all those cool infographics that you see on like Instagram, right, or whatever. They're all pre-created. And you get free access to that software. He sells it to other agents for $50 a month. You get it for free if you partner up with him. And so I'm like, shit, that's worth it. Because I used to sit at the computer every morning and I'm like, oh man, I gotta create content today. I'm a freaking content influencer, right? Let me create something. And I would sit at my desk and be like, oh, okay, well, what am I gonna create today? And I'd fire up Canva and man, just moving text around like, oh, that looks, okay, center. Dude, you waste like 2 hours doing that every day. With his app, you have pre-created content. Put your profile picture in there, put your contact information in there, schedule the post for the day, whatever time you want, schedule the post throughout a whole week, a whole month. Posts on Instagram, on Facebook, goes out. Very cool. Customer relationship manager with KV Core, right? With EXP, you get that, which is included in your brokerage fees. You finally get a website. You get a website for free, which is also tied into the customer relationship management tool, which is cool. Because what that means now, for those who don't know, customers will visit your website, potential leads. They want to do home searches. To do a home search, they have to create an account. To create an account, they have to give you your email. When they create an email, they create the account. All that feeds into your CRM. And so now the CRM is checking their email. Is it a valid email? Is it legit? Is it a real person or is it a junk email? And sometimes it can find stuff like, okay, what's their name, what's their age, what job do they have, what's their salary? It vets them out, especially if it's really like somebody who's always online. And it tells you exactly what houses they're looking at. How many times are they clicking on a house? Where are they looking at from? For their phone, for their computer? And if you for sure see somebody clicking on a house like 5, 6, 7 times, you better call that person. You better email that person, right? Like, hey, you ready to look for a house? You know, how can I help you out, right? So that's very cool, right? And then of course the biggest thing with EXP again is the network, the people, like Zer mentioned. My sponsor, he's got 200 agents in his group. We all get on the weekly calls. We all help each other out. We all have our own private communication channel. EXP, 85,000 to 90,000 agents. All of them are, there's some really high producing people. So if you're curious at all, if you're brand new, have never heard of this, what's the cost to join, right? So just real quick, $85 per month is the brokerage fee. And that includes, that gives you access to the KV Core software, the website, all that. The whole Metaverse campus. So EXP, I forgot to mention, is a cloud-based brokerage, technology brokerage. We have no physical offices. We are present in all 50 states. We operate in all 50 states as one brokerage. What that means for you, you can be dual licensed like Sang. My agent over there, Sang, he's got a Minnesota license, he's got a Wisconsin license. He pays one brokerage fee. He belongs to EXP. The sales he makes in Minnesota, the sales he makes in Wisconsin, they all count towards his production. You can get more licenses if you want. Go to Florida, go to Texas, wherever you want. You only pay the $85 a month. Every single transaction has a $25 broker review fee where they check, make sure that you filled the right boxes, all that. $60 per transaction E&O fee. E&O is errors and omissions. Insurance fee if you mess up your forms. It caps at $750 a year. The commission split, you start at 80-20. 80 to the agent, 20 to the company. Again, your sponsor gets the cut from the 20. So you are not losing anything by partnering with the sponsor. And then, like Zer mentioned earlier, you do cap. You cap once you pay $16,000 to the company. That's roughly $3 million in sales volume for those who want to do the math. At that point then, when you cap, you go 100% commission. And then EXP only charges you $250 per transaction after that. If you're able to do another 20 transactions after this point, after you cap, after you go 100%, and you're able to achieve another 20 transactions, you can achieve what EXP calls the Icon Award, the Top Producer Award. Gives you $16,000 back to you in the form of EXP stock. And as I already mentioned, yeah, it's stock. But guess what? You already paid that in the beginning. You get that back as a stock. It might be $2 today, but in the future, it might be 20. It's better than zero. So if you think that's too expensive, right? What's the cost of not joining? What's the opportunity cost that you're going to miss out? The stock piece, equity ownership, right? Why not own part of the company that you work for, that you're slaving for, that you're pouring your blood, your sweat, your tears into? If you become a top producer, you make 40% of your brokerage's sales, right? You go to your broker tomorrow. You say, hey, I want ownership of the company. Give me some of that damn ownership. What's he going to tell you? Right? F off. This is my company. It ain't yours. Go pound rock. If he sells that brokerage tomorrow, guess how much you get? Zero. And so passive income as well. The sponsorship program is revenue share, right? And so the more agents that you can help, the more agents you bring along with you for the ride, you teach them, you help them, they can do what you're doing. They can help other agents. And you keep growing your organization. You keep earning, from other agents. You help other agents. Your success is their success. Keep building it up. It's going to become bigger one day. And then you actually can retire as an agent, right? We don't ever see agents do a retirement party because they likely are dead or they can't physically work. It's the truth, right? But if you combine the stock, the equity program with the passive revenue share program, you can actually retire while you work as a real estate agent. And this is very unique to EXP. If you have stock and it hasn't vested yet and you happen to die, your wife is going to immediately receive all the stock. It's going to immediately vest. Even if there was supposed to be another 3 years before that stock vested, the company has decided in the best interest of their agents, they're going to watch out for you and your family. They're going to take care of your people. The minute you die, all that stock becomes your wife's or whoever you want to give it to. The revenue share program, the passive income from helping other agents. You can actually will that away to a future heir, your son, your wife, whatever. That's amazing, Other companies, they will not give that to you. And then expanding your business, like I mentioned, one brokerage, 50 states, 24 international markets. On the way up here, right? I always tell agents, it doesn't sound like anything, but if you think about it, we're a global company. We can take our business farther than we can drive. If I have a buyer up here, I'm not driving up here. I'm going to call somebody like Johnny or Sang's up here. I'm going to say, hey, Sang, here, 25% referral, go work this lead for me. You pay me 25% when it closes. And we have so many agents, 90,000 agents all over the US. I helped other agents at other brokerages that they did not have people in other states, like Tennessee. Where the hell are you going to find a Hmong agent or whatever to help another Hmong customer in Tennessee? You're not. So I connected another agent at a different brokerage to a top performing Icon Award agent. Said, because I'm part of that circle. I get access to that now. So as a top producer, we work with the best. We have access to the best network. Literally on the way up here, we were driving up here. Zara was in the car with me. I was driving. One of my loan officers calls. He's Mexican. He tells me, hey, can you help find an agent? You guys are in Mexico, right? EXP? Yeah, I have a client. He wants to buy a house in Mexico. If I send it to you, can you get paid for that? Can you get a referral fee for that? I said, hell yeah, man, send me that information. You know, I'll go find an agent. I'll send him your customer's info, and I'm gonna get paid for it. Just for sharing a name, right? How cool is that? I don't even speak Spanish, you know? So, and then of course we also have EXP Commercial. EXP Commercial is a completely separate company from the realty side. Realty is residential only. Commercial real estate is an entirely different animal. That's where the big boys plays. That's where the big money is. You're talking apartment complexes. You're talking about retail shopping. You're talking about industrial warehouse, storage units. EXP created that about 2-3 years ago. You can also move over to that. You can sign up directly under that. You get the training, you get the unique model. It's unlike any other commercial brokerage out there. Same benefits, really a lot of the same things I talked about. And then of course the cutting edge technology, we talked about that already. But then the last part is the growth. Like you only really know what you know, right? Like me in my small market, limited SOI at a small brokerage, I did not know anybody who was successful on a high level that looked like me. 2-3 months into the company, we had one of the biggest conventions at EXP, and I got an email saying, hey, there's an early bird ticket to sign up to go to Florida, and it's like $300, $400, whatever. I just joined the company. I had no clue what the hell. I was like, hey, you know what, I'm struggling, I need help. Let me go check this out. It does cost money, costs time to fly down there, get a hotel, get a flight, but it changed my life. That decision changed my life. I went to the biggest stage, on the main stage. I saw an Asian agent, young guy, super like good looking, whatever, right? Full suit on. Dude's up there. I sold 143 houses last year, by myself, solo. I'm sitting here, shit, if I sold like 12, 20, I've been good. He's up there, 143. I'm like, what the I need to do what that guy's doing. And then he's like, yeah, I reached my goal of $1 million. GCI, gross commission income. Not sales, gross commission. Dude made $1 million. I'm like, wow. And then he's up there, he's firing the crowd, you know, he's yelling at everybody, getting everybody pumped up. He was the first speaker. I'm like, shit, I'm at the right company, man. I'm at the right place, dude. And after that, I saw him in the hallway. He was walking by. I'm a nobody, I just joined the company. But I was so inspired by him, and I had never seen anybody look like us, like him. And I stopped him. I was like, hey man, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Laura. Just joined the company. I saw you on stage. Dude, one day I want to be like you. He's like, dude, that's amazing, man. Welcome to the company. And if you ever need anything, need help, hit me up. And I don't even know, he just kept talking to me, and I was just like, bro, you're a busy dude, man. You got things to do. You're a big speaker. Don't talk to me as well. I felt bad because I was holding him up. But then every single other event that I went to, every single other major event I went to, he's up there, right? He's talking. He's a big shot in the company. I talk to him in the hallways every time I get a chance. I see him, like, hey man, let me get a selfie real quick. And last year, about a year ago, in this very room, I invited him. He was coming to Minnesota, to Minneapolis for an EXP event. And I saw him on the agenda list. I said, we have a workplace chat, like a Facebook Messenger for EXP. I sent him a chat message. I said, hey, I see you're on the list to come talk in Minnesota, Minneapolis. I want to come watch you. I want to come learn. I'm actually going to do a real estate meetup with a bunch of real estate agents because, you know, it's been a hell of a year. It's been tough. Would you at all, what are you doing after the event? Would you like to come and talk to us? Because actually, I don't know if you know, but Minnesota has like 1,000 home agents. And he's like, what the, you know, and I was like, you know, just come and inspire us, right? And help us out. And a couple days go by, nothing. One night, a freaking text message comes out through, finally back, just says, let's do it. Like, what the hell? I barely know this guy, right? And he said, let's do it. And I was like, shit, now we got to put it together a meetup. I had no meetup. I had no event. And so that was a Sunday night, and I set up the event. I DM'd like 100 people on Facebook, 100 agents that I knew in my circle. DM Johnny, and it was 10 o'clock at night. By 11 o'clock at night, 20 people told me, yeah, I'd be interested in coming to a networking event to learn more, to better ourselves in the industry. I didn't tell anybody about him. It was a secret. I didn't even tell Johnny. And the next morning I woke up and I was like, hey man, how can I do this event for free? You know, because I'm kind of broke. Like, well, let me get some sponsors. So Josh sponsored, Johnny sponsored, Johnny put the whole thing together. Paying sponsored. So we had this whole event right in this room. And me and Sang went to the XP event. We see him there. We see John there. And John sees me finally after like late in the day. And John's like, hey, you got the event ready? I was like, yeah, I got the event ready. Yeah, there's like 50 people coming. He's like, oh shit, really? I was like, yeah. And so he gets dropped off here. Some white guy dropped him off. And the white guy's like, you safe here, John? Is this a good place? He literally said that. And then John's looking around like, John's Chinese, by the way, if you didn't know. He's Taiwanese. He goes, so, a bunch of Asian people here. I think I'm all right, Laura? Yeah, man, you're good, man. Don't worry about it. And so I did not tell anybody that he was coming. And I had him talk. Oh, and by the way, at this point, he got promoted. He got promoted to president of EXP Canada. I had the freaking president of EXP Canada come here to talk to us. What kind of company where you can get that person to come talk to you and your people? He had no idea what Hmong people were. And he was like, when he got up here to talk, he's like, oh yeah, Laura says there's Hmong people here. I've never heard of Hmong people. How many of you guys are Hmong here? One person raised their damn hand. And he thought we were trolling him. Two-Fang. Two-Fang raised his hand. Oh man, it was funny. But anyway, yeah. Just that, at this company, it's so amazing. Like Zer said, the people who are so successful, willing to give back, generous with their time. If you only hang out with the people you know, right? We already know. You're going to be the equivalent or the average of the 5 people you hang out with. If that's all you hang out with, that might be all you go. So after that event, I started working on, right? My success was climbing. People were taking note. People wanted to partner up, and I wanted to also give back. At this point, I already achieved Icon Award, right? So I already achieved my own personal goal, being a top producer. I thought that was pretty cool because I saw other top producers, right? And I was like, damn, one day that's gonna be me. And so I did it, but then I was like, okay, my next goal, I'm gonna help somebody else do it, right? And so now I have 13 agents as of today. We're working on getting more people, but so my guy Tria Tao up there is actually college buddy. Sang's over there. Sang's dual licensed. I got a guy in California. I have a Chinese beast agent in Madison. She's killing it. A guy from an old brokerage. Up and coming part-timers. Chua Kang. She's like if she goes full time, I think she's gonna kill it. Yer is down in Hickory, North Carolina. I got my buddy Pao Cha, who was actually a client. I sold him a house, I helped him buy an Airbnb, and then he got laid off this year in March. He got laid off. He called me one day. He's like, hey, what's it take to be an agent? I was like, why? Because I got laid off, man. I was like, really? 10 years at your company, they just like toss you out like that? Like, yep. I was like, well, great. That's a great opportunity for you. Get in the business. I'll teach you. I'll mentor you. And his first sale, he did a sale last year. His first sale, $450,000. Right? Chu Chang, some of you might know him. I don't even know if he showed up tonight. Told him to come out. He's killing it. And then of course Zer. Like Zer mentioned, like we're just talking about, you want to follow the people who are doing great. And Zer's already doing great, right? But when she asked me out for coffee, I didn't know about her business. She didn't know about my business, but she just kind of saw me out there. Like, oh, this guy kind of knows what he's doing. Let me check if he's full of shit or what, right? That's probably what she thought. So we had coffee a couple times. We met up a couple times. Yeah, and she's on board now. So Nick is a MPD police officer. He's chasing financial freedom as well. Bulong just joined Zer. And then we had other people coming up. We have some guy, I'm talking to him in Minnesota right now. We'll see if he shows up. Comes on over, Got a guy in Fresno. He's thinking about coming on, and a couple people in Oklahoma. Hopefully expand to Florida, things like that. But my group, my network, my organization, I call it Elevagents Network, right? Basically at the basic level, we are agents, But we're using that platform to be more. We're going beyond agents. Our business is more than just being an agent. Like Zer's doing all this investing, I'm doing all this investing. I'm eventually going to go to commercial real estate, right? So there's a lot of goals. Agent is just the basic, but we're going to go beyond that, and especially global too. So the biggest room in the world, right, is the room for improvement. And like I said, how do you be successful? You have to put yourself in those uncomfortable rooms where you are the most, probably not the smartest person, maybe not the dumbest, but you have people to learn from, right? There's no point for you to be in a room where you're always the smartest. What's the point of that? So if you're tired of hearing it, you want to see it for yourself, you want to check it out, this event's coming up at the end of October, EXPCon, our biggest event at the brokerage in Miami. We have a free ticket. We have 2 free tickets, actually. Sang and I are going, and we can actually invite other agents to go with us. You have to be a real estate agent. You can't be with EXP. Give you a free ticket to the event. It's a 3-day event or something like that. $900 value ticket. You have to buy your own flight. No, I'm not going to pay for your flight or your hotel. But you get to hang out with us and see what it's actually like. So if you're interested in that, reach out to me after this. So just want to end. Yes, it's the end. Sorry, it took so long. Just want to end with, hey, now let's pretend that you did it, right? I'm in this boat right now. You did it. You're a top producer. What's next, right? So this transaction cycle treadmill here. The year starts. You're grinding away. You're working towards your top producer award. You finally achieve it. Congrats. You get a pizza party. You get a plaque. Everybody gets a plaque, right? You've seen all your agent friends posted pictures of their plaques. Top producer, blah, 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 right? But AXP, you also get $16,000 in stock, which other people don't get. But then the year ends. Guess what? Start back up next year at 0. Fantastic, right? So it's great that you can achieve this level of success, but you do have to realize, do you really have a business? If your business requires you to be there in order for it to run, you probably don't have a business then. If your income stops the minute that your closing stops, you're always chasing the next transaction, right? So I'm just trying to get you guys to think bigger. Once you achieve top producer level, right, you can only do it for so long, right? We all only have so many years of life, energy, things like that, right? How long can we do this before we burn out, right? And so if you're just constantly chasing that transaction treadmill, you're not gonna last very long, right? There's challenges to this business. So at our next event, I'm going to talk to you about how you can overcome that. How can you actually scale your business? How can you actually build this to be a business, a real one, where you don't have to be present? So I just came back from a vacation with my family, 3 weeks. We flew to the West Coast. We drove all over the West Coast, from Seattle down to Fresno, and we ended up at Vegas. We hit up 8 national parks. 3 weeks I was out of the office, and my business was still running. I closed 4 transactions last month while I was on vacation. I got awarded the top producer award for my group, which I was like, what the hell? Like, dude, I wasn't even working. How the hell did I get this? And it was just like crazy, right? So it is possible. It is possible, right? So at this event, if you're interested, October 1st, 5:30, 9:30, it's going to be at Marigold Home Inspection. And it's a very cool facility. They have a virtual golf simulator thing. So come work on your business, come work on your golf swing. I'm not a golfer, but basically I'll teach you how you can leverage all the benefits of having a brokerage without many of the traditional headaches. So if you're interested in getting to that next level, right, I mean, we're in our business as agents, right? We're all concerned about bills. We're all concerned about income, short-term goals. But at the same time, there's no reason why, while you're chasing the production, while you're chasing all this, to set yourself up for that future long-term goal, financial freedom, right? And I think maybe that's what you're here for if you came out tonight. So really appreciate you guys all taking your time to come out and listen to us talk. So I don't have a slide after this, my contact info, but I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, look me up. My phone number, if you want, 414-459-1655, 414-459-1655. So yeah, that's it. Johnny.
All right. Did you guys learn a lot? Can you guys do it? Yeah. All right. So let's do Q&A real quick, right? You can ask any questions for any one of us that spoke, as well as if you have questions for our sponsors, right? Insurance questions, type of questions, right? Whether